I'm joined with Girthygorilla. He's around Kick Staff, for example. He's around Ice Poseidon. Like this guy's been everywhere. Okay, so let's start like that. So Girthygorilla, who are you?
In the easy terms, I'm more like the Joe Rogan of the road. it, I'm I'm just a truck driver in all reality. I mean, I no longer drive a truck, but I'm still just a truck driver. But I've done so much traveling and talking with people and getting to know people from all around the country and the world that it just comes really easy to me to figure out how to approach someone and talk to them. Um, and share a couple stories in our lives. Make that connection, and you never know where it leads down the line. I do some gaming. I'm really good at Valorant. I'm level 500 on Valorant. I played in the alpha test for Valorant, and I used to play against like Shroud and Ninja and all those guys who got the invite to that. I do truck driving, or did truck driving for a very long time. Taught anyone who would like to know how to drive a truck and what the life is like of a driver behind the seat.
What was your like career on Twitch?
I've been around since Justin TV, and I absolutely loved my time on Twitch uh, up until the point I got banned. And I was a community leader for a game called Infestation New Z. It's where I met Zombie Barricades and Loss, and a lot of the OG streamers you meet now started on Infestation New Z before they all moved to H1Z1, and that whole era started. When I joined Clutch Gaming out of Colorado, I got partnered with Twitch because they were a professional team. And a week after that, I was banned permanently and never got a reason why. A couple days before, I watched an alien video, so I thought that's what it was, but never got a reason.
Why do you like Kick more than Twitch?
I spent so many years building my community and what I was about on Twitch, and I mean a lot of years. I can't even describe how much time I put into it. So when they took it away from me and said, like literally just removed my stream and me and said you're not allowed back on, and when all we really had was kind of like Discord was just starting out, so um that's all I had to communicate with any of my community. YouTube wasn't streamable yet. There was no other streaming platforms. There was nowhere to go. And so I just kind of lost everything. And man, it put me in one hell of a depression to have something I worked so hard to build taken away from me. And I don't think that's going to happen here on Kick. I don't think that I'll do anything to get banned.
Have you found it difficult or easy to grow on Kick?
When we're talking about growing on a viewer side of things, it's been quite difficult. It's hard to find that community of viewers. Now we do have a large supply of streamers, however, um, which is what I get a lot of. In my streams, and who comes to watch me are streamers who are not streaming, and that's fine. I absolutely love it. I go watch other streamers all the time. I spend a lot of my free time on Kick watching people, um and I haven't really quite understood why either, but I've also not tried real hard. Like I hang out with a lot of people, but I try not to be the clout goblin or demon. If during like the fear factor, I barely went live during that. Um and it's just out of respect for other people that I ain't trying to fight over views or followers, or and so that's why a lot of the times when I collab with people, I won't be live and I'll do my own stuff solo.
You have a background in fighting as well, right?
So I have experience in jujitsu and karate. Also some just stand-up boxing. I used to live in Amish country, and I ended up moving up to the city when I was 18. Um, and the first group of people I met on day one were a whole bunch of young fighters, and they took me to my first cage fight, and then someone backed out of a fight and they were looking for an extra, and everyone looked at me and they're like, do you want to give it a shot? And so I stepped in the octagon, and um, I got my ass knocked out in 6 seconds. Everyone thought it was funnier than
Yo,
hell. Yeah, it's on YouTube, by the way. You can watch me get knocked the hell out in 6 seconds flat. An adrenaline rush, having everyone scream your name and stepping into the cage and fighting someone like that. Um, it's just the feeling that I had to do it again. And so I kept doing it uh, all the way up until the point that I ended up having my top jaw shattered. So I don't have any top teeth. Um, when I left the cage fighting scene, it was because I took 3 knees to the face and they broke the teeth out of my face. It's different when you got the heavy hitters. People love watching the heavy hitters. So I always wanted to, bring the show. I would take shots to the face, and I would give them too. I promise you, at no point in time when I stepped inside the octagon, I thought it wasn't about winning or losing, but how happy everybody was that they got to watch the fight. So
have you interacted with the AR Loyals Twitter community?
there's some pieces of shit in there. There's some doctors. That there's some definitely some bad apples in that community. That's not Aiden's fault.
And what do you do for Jake Future? Because I
Um,
feel like every time I see a interview with Jake Future, you are there.
I remember when Aiden gave Jake his deal. That led me to find Jake. I would lurk in Jake's streams. I would watch him. I never really typed in chat or anything. I would say nice things or post a W, or if I had the extra cash, I'd gift him a sub or something like that. Um, always supported Jake from the start. I'm like, look, the dude's trying to change his stars, uh, and I absolutely love that. And he was putting in the stream time. He's always on. So it was always a channel that I myself, whether I was busy doing or something, Jake was kind of a resting channel for me. So if I had to go do something, Jake would be chilling up on the screen. Um, and then Grim, his friend, we wouldn't call him you know his managerial help, pulled me in Discord, and I started talking to Jake, and I got to talk to his uncle Ace, and I've even spoken to his mother, um, and then I tried to start helping Jake create content, right? So, you know, Jake's a good dude, man. People have problems that they don't know the answers to. A lot of the times I can tell them the way that I handled my issue, or relate to how people handled theirs that might help them cope a little bit better.
Ice Poseidon and CX. How did you end up in this bubble?
I guess the first person from CX I met would be Amaranth. I would guess that she's in there because she can go to the events and she's friends with Paul, right? So um when I first started on Kick, one of the one things that I really didn't have experience in was dealing with sponsorships and how to approach sponsorships. Um, Amaranth was doing therapy calls, so I would actually hop in her therapy call and ask her business questions. What do I do here? How do I talk to these people? And she helped me out. Because of her, I picked up my first real sponsor, which is F3 Energy, and she is the reason because of that. So I thank her very much for the advice she given me. Ice shortly released an announcement that he was doing a Fear Factor. And I was just like, dude, I'm not scared of anything. I'll go there and prove fear's not a factor for me. So I sent Ice a message and I was like, hey, man, I want to go there and kick some ass. And he was like, you're in.
Fear Factor event, you arrive, you see everyone, you shake everyone's hands. What did you like? What's your first impressions?
Everyone is fucking amazing. Uh, there's some crazy people in the group, absolutely. Uh, but everyone is really nice. Everyone is super awesome to be around, and they're all different personalities. Everybody from Ice himself to Nickwhite to Anthony and down you go to Xena, and you just keep working down the list to Benny Mac and D-Tan and Ton and all these people that have taken part of the events, and you find all these IRL guys in the real world and do things with them, and man, they're a fucking blast to be around. They really are.
Feel like they are characters or or their actual real selves.
This is where my brain started to identify how everyone was, because the first thing that I was just sitting on the couch next to Nick White, and Ice goes, "Hey Girthy, show me your penis." And for whatever reason, I was like, "All right, let's fucking do this." And so we went upstairs, and there were 12 guys up there. This is all on camera, by the way, and
I
we
got
all
these
whipped out our
clips.
penises.
This works out. I remember this. All you guys went upstairs, and so you are confirming that when that door closed, it really did happen. It wasn't just a skit.
Absolutely, no, there was no skit. It really happened.
Oh my god!
I come out and I was like, man, that's probably the gayest thing I've ever done. But it's funny to me. It's I mean, I that same night I took a shower with Action Man too, right? And it was this insane thing that I didn't do because it took me so far out of my comfort zone that it was actually kind of fun.
Go stick a say in the chat. Did you see Ice's Woolly? That's what she wants to know.
Y- yes, I did.
Do you have any
I've
comment?
seen everybody's.
Wait, do you have any comment on that one?
Oh, it's decent.
So you did the stand-up comedy. Did you ever get heckled by people?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just talk shit back to him. And the funny thing is the guys who talk shit then realized how big I was when they were talking shit, and most of them shut up. Yeah, I always make
Mm.
fun, like, yeah, I can come down there and fold your ass like a lawn chair, buddy. And then they're like, oh shit. And I'm like, oh shit's right. I'm an amateur motherfucker. I'm a fighter. Who are you talking to? You either laugh or you get the fuck out.
Then let's switch back to the fear factor. Being a contestant, how was it?
It was crazy. It was crazy to finally see what the production like is in real life. All the people around you, what you don't see off the camera, where everybody's at, the challenges. I mean, to be honest, when I was standing in his backyard by Captain G and everybody and doing the interviews, I couldn't believe I was doing it myself. I was like, what am I doing here? This is insane. These motherfuckers about to drown me in a fucking plexiglass box that has caulking on it and two tiny holes. Second challenge, which was the hot sauce challenge, was the most painful. But I'm going to be honest, eating that cockroach took a lot of mental strength. I would say on the physical nature, the hot sauce was the hardest, but on the mental one, eating the cockroach was one of the hardest things I had to do.
Dude, what happened in the ending, dude? The ending when you were in that box, and you know what I'm about to say. The whole chat was angry that Wood Baby was gonna win. And you were like the last line of defense to try to win. And at one point,
So
wait, at one point, the box even broke. And the guys had to hold the box together to keep you inside. Let's explain what happened.
that was the most frustrating thing to me, because for me, that box wasn't a fear. I wasn't scared of the box. So I just didn't see that as a fear factor thing to me, unfortunately. Because I didn't lose to fear. I lost to being big. Um, so Benny Mac had pulled all the fucking nails out of the box and threw them on the board. Uh, so number one, I had a real hard time locating a key, and I kept picking up nails that shouldn't have been there. So I couldn't really feel around for metal. The other issues I had was the handcuffs on my ankles and on my hands were upside down. And that was a huge problem for me because if you even watch afterwards, they have to unlock me. It's because at no point, even as big as I am, was I able to actually reach behind my ankle from underneath and able to unlock it. If they were facing up towards my body, I would have probably had a better chance. But the fact that they were both upside down gave me a really hard time. And I had no idea what the keyhole looked like. I had no idea where it was. I felt the hole. I felt that there was a hole in the handcuffs, and it was just a quick release. It wasn't the actual keyhole. So um, it probably would have been a little bit different. I seen those handcuffs at his house actually, and I should have looked at them. I should have looked at those handcuffs. I should have looked at where the keyhole was, on what side it was. I should have did that information gathering on my own. I wasn't even able to get one cuff unlock, and I wasn't going to cheat my way because I know the bottom cuffs I could have broke off. I took the L. I wasn't happy about it, and I gave Wood Baby a hug, high five, congrats. Showed a little bit of sportsmanship there. I wasn't mad either. I had one hell of a time I was there, and it was a fucking blast partying with everybody.
A lot of people were angry and felt that Wood Baby cheated. What's your comment on this?
Okay, so in the moment, whether they cared or not was completely up to them. I heard that there was videos already on Twitter and YouTube talking about it and stuff like that. I got back on the bus. I was extremely cold. I sat there. I talked with Ammo for a little bit after it, and D10 and Ice and everybody. And I just went to go. I wanted to take a shower. I smelled like fart spray, and I let everyone else who wanted to deal with the drama deal with the drama, and I just had a good time, man.
Let's switch gears to the scavenger hunt. What did you think of the scavenger hunt event?
Oh, man, that game's hard. That fucking how does a green hot dog equal Chick-fil-A? You fucking tell me how green hot dog equals Chick-fil-A. I burned my fucking brain on that. It was super hard for me to do. I didn't have a partner with me most of the time. I didn't have anyone to navigate for me. I was trying to do all of it alone. Why keeping the stream up and um for I think 6 days straight, and I was also bouncing back and forth between Dallas to go to DreamHack, and I did a charity event at DreamHack with BB Jess, and I had a lot going on that week. It was absolutely hectic. Figured out a couple of the clues, but for the most of them, I just wasn't smart enough to do it.
And you were getting blasted with, I think it was paint. Something was hitting your window, and Lil Scam was with you. And you guys jumped out. You were like,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on here?
So I actually had got the warning that Xena and Kimmy were waiting on me beforehand. I had the handcuffs with me. I've been hunting D10. A lot of people missed it, but I actually pulled up on D10 at that park, at the troll park. If you could go back and I mean, watch someone's streams from around that troll park, you're going to see me pull up. I mean, I'm going 50 miles an hour through that park. D10 standing in the middle of the road. I lock up my brakes, slam it in park, open the door, and grab him from behind and try to slap the handcuffs on him. and he jumps into his car head first and hits the gas and drives away while I'm still holding him. Um,
Oh my God. So you just literally kept that under the radar.
I ended up settling with $100 to get Nick White. It actually happened at the when I was getting painted. So Kimmy said, "Get out of the truck. I'm going to shoot you with this paint juice." And so I got out of the truck and I let her hit me with the paint juice. At that point, I didn't fight it. I put my hands up. I let her bust her nut on me. I went and scanned the QR code, and then Nick White appeared. Now, that's when I looked at the camera and I said, fucking $500 right now to go handcuff Nick White. If I was just in the right position on the right side of the woods, those guys wouldn't have made it out. I promise you, they wouldn't have made it out. I would have grabbed both of them by the throat like Kayn, and you would have seen the best fucking double choke slam of your life. Um, and then there's a good chance that I probably would have split the money with Tazo.
Girthy is also locked in a huge brawl beef at the moment with another big streamer by the name of Action Man. Please start slowly.
Calling him a big
Where
streamer, you're giving him credit.
we're gonna get there. Wait, Girthy,
Right.
because I want you to expand. There's many things you have to talk about on this. The first thing you need to tell us, where did this all begin?
Obviously, I hung out with Aaron at the Fear Factor, right? And I like I said, I'm a part of a lot of communities. Action Man was no different. Actually, before I even hung out with Action Man, I would hang out in his Discord, and there was people that I liked and talked to and had fun with, and there's people that I didn't like who talked a lot of shit. But um, when I lost the Fear Factor, for some reason, a whole bunch of there was a group in his community that hated my guts because of it. They're like, "You're a bitch, and you're not allowed in this Discord." So I muted all those people, um, and they got upset and they started complaining to Aaron that I was self promoting, which I wasn't. I don't do it. I know streamers 40 times Action Man size. I don't need to promote to some seven little assholes in his Discord. Um, I had them all muted, which I was like, yeah, that's some kind of self promo when I have them muted, right? So it didn't even make sense. But he wanted to fight with me and argue about it. I told him I didn't want no drama at all, so I just leave the Discord. Um, the whole thing was insane to me. Tried to flex a CCV, tried to tell me I was coming for his clout, and da 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 da. He didn't quite realize that I was one of the people that was setting up the F3 partnership. So I was the point of contact between our Bizzle and Action Man and me and F3 into working together for the Action Man tour either. So that literally happened right before uh, that whole collab took place. So I even looked by that and was like, whatever. Just I left the Discord. Uh, he's an arrogant little shit for sure. But yeah, no, we got him in the whole RV thing and F3, and it was supposed to be a rebranding tour, and he was supposed to, the same thing he pitched to Eddie was to change his ways and change his life and better content. And like you seen how that fucking shit tour turned out, right? Have guns pulled on him and fuck it was
Yeah, the action
uh
tour started off good. I can't even say that. There were parts in it that were good, but to my mind, there was way more that was boring. That's just me being honest. Because I did not like that whole arc that he kept pushing. I'm turning over a new leaf and I'm becoming a new man. So I don't want to put you in a position, but do you think that it was F3 that was pushing him to make his content more family friendly?
no, no. It's what he was telling us he wanted to do. That was his choice. Like he came to F3. Well, he didn't come to F3. My original idea was just to give them some cases so they would have drinks to drink on the tour, right? And that they would just drink some F3 while they're going down the road. It got taken a little bit far into like an actual partnership thing. Um, but I mean, the whole thing was he was rebranding. He was dedicated to it. This ex druggie who's changing his life and wants to be better and doesn't want to do the content that he's been doing no more. You can see it on the first night when they left Atlanta and he started crying on stream saying, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so sorry. And it guilt tripping everybody and I want to change. That was all him. F3 was just going to help him out and really invest in someone who wanted to change. And it turned out to be one giant lie. So all for the sake of content.
And then
He fooled a lot of people.
what about the text messages though? Like he did show some text messages that like one of the guys was saying to him that you need to go to bed at a certain period of time. You can't have like crackheads on the RV. Do you remember that?
Well, I mean, it's that RV. The RV is owned by the CEO now. Now, I think the going to bed thing was kind of taken out of context. I think it was more of well, maybe you should go to bed early then. Like they were having an argument, right? So, um, I don't know the whole context to the messages. So, but I do know not having crackheads on the RV was like not having like fucking weird people and gangsters with guns on the RV and breaking doors. So that RV was, owned by someone. That was not a rental. Someone loaned that to Action Man, and they weren't clearly respecting that person's property. So,
Were you not
which was part of
surprised?
the deal.
Were you not surprised
I mean,
that it wasn't swatted more often? Because I was surprised, to be honest with you, because it was huge. You can clearly see what it is. It's not hiding what it is.
yeah,
But they only
yeah.
had two SWAT calls, right?
What on the tour?
Yeah. I expected them to be swatted all
Uh,
the time, like multiple times.
so I didn't get to watch a whole lot of that tour because it was kind of overlapping with me moving out of Indiana and going to the scavenger hunt. So I was dealing with a lot of the backlash once the RV got pulled. While I was doing that, it made my life a living hell. I actually got swatted twice from it. So um, the day I left Indiana and I moved out of my house, the SWAT team raided an empty house twice. And
Oh my
so I was
God.
I was on the yeah, they even went as far as like that day he went on a do you remember when he went on a rant about me? Do you have that clip?
It's somewhere in my clips. He was talking about like he kept using the word leech. He kept on using that word leech.
Yep.
And he
That's
kept
that
saying
ego shit. Yeah.
he kept saying that I never ever liked this guy. From the first time I met him, I pretended. What was going on there?
Um so Aaron's only fucking he tries to hurt feelings because that's the only thing he can do. He's not physically big enough to hurt anybody. The dude would piss his pants if I ever just stood in front of him nowadays. That's why he won't go to the Hunger Games. Um he does it. He's not a man. He's an action boy. He just wants to hurt people's feelings and try to dig deep as he can, and that really doesn't work for me either because I have thick skin. So it's not like I was offended by anything he said. I was like, he talked all that mad shit about me, and I was like, at least I'm not a fucking cracky. So I'll be completely honest with you. When they were in St. Louis, I was 30 minutes away, and I was gonna go pop in and pay him a visit, but I decided not to break their spines. So um, because
S-
that was about the same time that I was on the phone with the cops, where they were swatting me, and then my boss was calling me saying, "Hey, I'm getting a whole bunch of calls from random people, and they were harassing my friends and stuff." So that kind of it's one thing to harass me; it's another to fuck with my friends. in the real world. So uh, I was really close just to going to St. Louis and breaking all six of them in that motherfucker. I can't have any words with him. He just blocked me on all the platforms.
Why he chose you?
Yes.
Why do you think you, out of all the people he could like? 'Cause right now, I feel like he's moved on to Heel Mike and Zerka, and I'll get your opinion on that just now. But why you?
Number one, I was one of the people that facilitated the team the or what is it the partnership of F3 and the RV and Action Man tour, right? So, but he was going on his rants, and so I did end up sending him a message saying you need to calm down before you get permaban. And I really meant it as more of a warning, but he took it as a threat. Um, that's what it transitioned into pretty much. But um, I told him to fucking just chill out before he gets banned, and then he went ape shit on me and was like, "You gonna threaten me?" And then at the same time, I started getting messages from girls and stuff that had allegations against Action Man. I started finding out, like the um, about the girl that he was told her that she wasn't allowed to leave the room and she had to sit on the floor. I found all that out that day. Everything that
So
came
how
out,
old?
it's just been a case building.
How old was that
So,
girl? Because I watched the Joker's podcast, and he doesn't say how old was that girl.
I think that that girl was of age.
Okay.
Um, I think for the most part, most of them are. It's just there is one specific instance where there is an underage girl, which is the one Zerk is talking about. And Action Man has had said that like he didn't do anything and da 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 da, and he had no contact with her. Apparently, he still follows that underage girl on Twitter. Uh, and there's still more to come out on that story here real soon. So,
Is she really going
but
to
yeah,
go on
that's
Zerka's podcast?
I believe so. Yes.
So, guys, you heard it first. That's gonna be crazy. When she appears in that thing, it's gonna be
I
crazy.
I don't know what Zerka has planned. I've never talked to Zerka or met him or have any idea what their content is, but I can tell you that um, the all these girls there's like six or seven different girls all have their own experiences with Action Mans. It's not good. There's not just one. There's many. There's many. And so you're going to find out all these OnlyFans models that had came there. Um, you're going to find out how much he really tried to peddle his clout to give him exposure to sleep with him. All the guilt tripping girls, like, oh, no one loves me, like sleep with me type shit. Uh, Everything that a man wouldn't do, he did somehow, and it worked. But yeah, no, he's definitely he's definitely going to be in some trouble, and I think that's why he's going so hard on Zerka and what is it? Heel Mike, is that his
Mm,
name? Yeah,
yeah,
Heel
yeah.
Mike, Zerka, and Xena and Darius and all of them. Is because he wants to look less guilty than them. So the more pressure he can put on them, the less guilty he looks when all this shit drops on him, which is already dropping. Right? He shut his Twitter community off to where only he can post on it because people were posting videos and clips from Joker and also my challenge video. He took all that away to make sure to control his community so they can't fucking talk about it. So
My my
any mention
biggest
of
issue,
me or anybody gets
see, my
deleted.
biggest issue is that we need more proof to state what is going on because I feel like it was muddied a bit. This is just my opinion. I feel like it was muddied a bit because we have got him being a womanizer. Like some of the points that Joker was bringing up, like for example, oh, he's with Jamie, but he's texting all these girls, and look, he's in everyone's DMs. That's just a dude trying to cheat. That's not a dude that you throw in jail. You understand? Like the thing about him grooming somebody to 18, that is huge allegation. If they could get that
Yeah.
in paper, then it's literally cancelable. I'm trying to be honest with you. But the other stuff to me is just a shitty dude. You understand what I'm saying? It's just a shitty
It
dude that's cheating on his girl. That's it.
s- so now as far as how true it is, I don't know, but there was one girl who did come out, and I know that she was on his stream, who said that she was sent there. This might be the underage girl. I'm not too sure. I can't remember who said it, but they were given $500 to fly out to Ashman's house, and then they had to do sexual acts to get money to leave. So that's also something that's on the table as far as legal goes. We'll see where that goes, but I think that's the underage girl who might be on Zerka's podcast. I'm pretty sure. I think the story kind of matches up there.
What do you think about guys who have been caught? Like, I'm not even gonna say allegedly. Zerka and Hilmike have literally caught doing
Yeah.
it. What do you think about them trying to expose another person for being a pedophile?
So fuck, let the ring eat itself from the inside out. I don't give a fuck. I mean, they all party each other. They all know each other. They know their dirty little secrets. Like, let them expose each other. I don't give a shit. They got beef, and if they're going to run a little fucking ring together and shit, yeah, fucking give us all the information you got. I don't know who wouldn't want to take the information. I'll listen. Let me hear what you got, right? Fucking it's some Epstein shit to me. So I mean, my thought process behind a lot of this is for Zerka and Action Man, you it might be different for Action, but I know for Zerka had a girl go out and find girls for him to sleep with, and that is Ghislaine Maxwell. So Zerka's literally on some Epstein Island trafficking bullshit. When you got another girl paying girls and finding girls to bring back to your house to be on your fucking camera to stream, and you sleep with them, you are Jeffrey Epstein. You that is and that is 100% the same fucking shit. And I think they're all involved in it, and I think they all need to go down for it. You want to talk about TOS breaks and what Kick should actually permaban him off? How about constantly bringing up other streamers on his stream and then fucking using your community to attack that person live on your channel for, I don't know, 10 to 12 hours straight? That whether that be me or Dunkel or Xena or Darius or anybody else or Zerka, I don't give a shit. It's all he fucking does is use his community to attack other people. That shouldn't be allowed. It's not allowed. It's against TOS. How the fuck has he not been permitted from that shit? That's my question. That is full on harassment. What he did to Dunkel, what he did to Xena last night, what he did to Darius, all fucking harassment.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I don't
restream,
think you should
restreamed content.
restream. I don't think you guys should restream anyone and then like comment like hatred on that person because that chat is just gonna blow
Yeah,
up with hate
but
from what
that's
I've
what he's
seen.
done. Yeah,
So
that's what
yeah.
he's done. Yeah, they just go into that person's chat and then harass them the entire time and then talk shit to
But
that person.
as what I do agree with you on that point. As I said, I'm one person where it's like I'm not 100% on everything that's going on at the moment because I did not like Joker's stream. I'm just being honest with you guys. I didn't like it because like majority of it was hearsay, and it was just like these text messages that it's not the juice. You get me, right? Like I'm a person like if you're gonna take somebody down, you must have the proof. Because if you don't have the proof, it's worse. Let me give you guys like a pure example. Onision. Onision is a very old YouTuber. He's been doing YouTube for such a long time. That dude has escaped on grooming multiple girls because he would take them to states where he can't get caught. And even when like people had him, they could destroy him. Instead of giving the evidence to the police, they did YouTube videos and talking shit and stuff. And it never, like nothing ever came from it. Right now, Anisian still lives in a big house, yet like he broke so many girls down. You get me? So like I fear, this is my opinion, I fear that Heel Mike, Zerka, and even this Action Man situation will just fade because people aren't like going in like how they should.
Um, so I think Zerka is going to be coming back possibly. Um, but I also the platform is changing. The TV apps are coming out. The TOS is being enforced now. Um, I just think there's just some. I think Action Man's a loose end at this point, really, and I think if Kick won't do it, the entire community of Kick, in order for our platform to survive, will do it for him. So if Kick doesn't do it, the community will. Look, if you really want to see his chat, actually read his chat. His chat moves fast because he has fucking 10 people that fucking spam nonstop. That's what they do, just in emotes, and they spam them in groups of 5 until they get maxed out. That's all they do. They're probably chat bots that run full time on those emotes. They don't stop. It's the same 5 to 10 names. That's why that chat moves so fucking fast. Uh, if you start looking at it, you'll notice that his chat is the same group of people. Like I see more diversity in your chat than I see in his.
That's
Just
weird.
right off the get go. Once the API is released for Kick, there will be no hiding your view bots anymore. Like people will figure out how much you're view botting, where it's at, what it's coming from. Like you can't hide shit. You're fucked. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how it's done. I don't know if it's like they put a block in your connection or something that makes the bots bug out. But if you ever have witnessed a view botter who's blatant, like extremely blatant, you know they're doing it, and you watch them get cut off to 0 or to like 20 or 30 people. I don't even think Twitch has that. I think they have something there. They're able to shut them off. I've seen it live. I've seen them shut it off. And why they don't go through all these big guys and hit that button to see how many fucking bots they shut off every single day kind of makes me curious. I do think I do think there's like a good person at Kick though. There's a good person at Kick that knows their fucking view button, and that's why you see those dips. Like they'll sneak in and they'll be like, "Fucking, let's see how many you got." Boom, right? You see Action Man drop down to to like 800 or something, right? Like they just go in and just give the public a quick little fucking glance.
There's like kick tools. Guys, can you type in the chat? I think that was called rent free. There's multiple sites you can check that show you like what a botted account looks like and what the real viewers are.
Oh no, I've never used those sites. No, I've never looked into it. I don't even look at my own viewer count. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I know I sit in between 20 and 60 right now, like in that general area, depending what I'm doing. Uh, but I'm myself just see myself as a 20 ccv streamer. I think right now I'm averaging like 50 or something like that. So um, I just see myself as a 20 ccv streamer. I don't look at the viewer counts. I don't bot. I'm a basic bitch. I just hit the live button on my phone, and that's all I got set up. Half the time, I don't even edit anything. So, uh, very simplistic and easy, and I just do it for fun, really. I just have a good time, right, and bring people along with me. So,
I mean, I started like you. When I first started streaming, right? I had like this channel was literally cancer. I gotta be honest with you. Like you would come on, and one day I'll be doing DJing. Next day I'll be doing gaming. Next day I'll be doing just playing like my clips from YouTube. Next day I'm just watching like YouTube videos. I was doing multiple different things, and it wasn't going nowhere because like I feel like people don't care about variety. They want like a set product, and you got to push out the set product over a long period of time. I mean, Scar, I do know the minority enjoyed it, but I mean, you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to say the large crowd that are sitting on Kick, like they go watch Adin for one reason. They go watch Neon for one reason. They go watch Ice. Right now, Ice is more famous for those events, than anything else.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, basically, I can understand you. And it's hard to grow, man. Sometimes chasing. Do you ever find yourself chasing CCV?
I've been there before. It's so you gotta. For me, is I was a decent sized streamer on Twitch, and I was much bigger on Twitch than I am over here, and I really don't miss it. For personally, I really don't miss it. I got this group of people that are really cool that come in and talk with me and I have fun with, and we troll each other and shit. And I'll send them fake penises on Discord, like with the number 8 and equal sign with a D and shit like that. Like, uh, I've made friends. I've went to DreamHack. I've got this awesome new job because of Kick. I'm just fucking. I keep pushing forward, and the life is evolving, and I'm not doing anything extra. I just fucking hit the go live button, and all this shit's kind of unfolding for me. It's really crazy. Buying a case of F3 Energy, which I have one on the floor back there. It's the only thing in the room. Um, Speaking of which, I'm thirsty.
Product placement. Dang. Product placement.
Product placement. Listen, F3 Energy. No, so what had happened is F3 came to Kick, and they were just starting out, and there was a lot of hype around them. Now, I didn't go in on the hype. I didn't ask them for a partnership or an affiliate or anything. What I did see, however, was the Twitter, all these people begging for codes, and they said, "Why would we give you a code if you've never tried our product?" I was like, "Damn, that dude's right." He literally just shit on everybody. So I bought a case of F3. I bought a case of F3. Um, Now with the other truck drivers at work, when I cross the driver, we share with each other a lot. I was live. One of my buddies pulled up. I was like, "Hey, you want an energy drink?" He's like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, "Try this F3. Just got it. Never had it before." And that got back to F3's ears, where they witnessed me, who's not a partner or an affiliate or anything, literally just handing out F3 to other truck drivers. We were doing drive-bys. I would just hold my arm out the window. He'd grab the can, and we would drive on. Um, and from there, it got, Harrison was really excited. He still talks about it. That was my intro into F3, because after that, they I didn't even know. They were just like, Girthygorilla's an affiliate now. So they made me an affiliate because of that. I didn't ask for it, and I didn't ask for anything. I was like, cool. I got I got affiliated with a company. That's awesome. Got me a code and all that. Um, I tried to use the code a little bit. I sold some F3 on it. I made a couple of, I think a couple of $100 off of it. I did the very first F3 event, which was a hold my can challenge. Did win $1,000 from holding a can for 2 hours straight. It was brutal. Um, and then from there, I was just thinking, all right, and this was me working with Amaranth. Was how do I turn my affiliation into something that can make me money? So I went into the business aspect of it and thinking, okay, So they gave me a code. I get a percentile. I know a lot of people in the transportation industry, in logistics. I know the whole world. I've talked to millions of people across this country. I can move this shit. It's my job. And so I started hitting up guys at gas stations and distribution centers that I know and texting phone numbers. I was like, hey, there's this energy drink here. You guys want to make some cash together and stuff? So uh, I got a call at 3 o'clock in the morning. One of the coolers went bad and all their product was like ruined out of it. And he needed to fill a cooler. And he said, can you bring me 15 cases of F3? I had 15 cases. So at 3 o'clock morning, live on stream, I drove to a fucking gas station and I loaded up a cooler full of F3. It was the first time it was ever in a gas station. Um, and the guy said, how much do I owe you? And I said, it's on the house. I gave him 15 cases for free so he
Whoa.
could make the complete profit off of it.
But the
And
company
that kind of
was on
started.
board with what you just did.
They didn't have a choice. They didn't even know about it. They found out the next day that I did that. But they flipped out that their energy drink, their F3 was actually in a gas station, which and the way I did it was a good faith business adventure. Number one, I know who the guy was. He's a good dude. I know his family. Number two, uh, I wanted him to make a little bump in money right off the get go. And after that, if he wanted to use my code to fill his coolers up and get a cheaper product or reach out, I gave him the emails, to F3. From my understanding, he just orders cases now and puts it in his cooler. So um, I don't think he uses a discount code, or if he does, I don't know what code he uses, but it's not mine. But it's still in the store there in Indiana, so it's in three of the gas stations there. So that to me was like the in between of what I wanted to do. I was wanting to get it into some bowling alleys and part of clubs and groups and streamers, and I wanted to bring people in and kind of teach them a different way to play the business aspect of it. Of saying, listen, you you may be just an affiliate, but if you know how to do the legwork and I can help you, you can actually make money from selling these. They're cheap enough that there's a profit value in there for a streamer and a company. So if you know what the fuck you're doing, you could literally make passive income while you're making passive income streaming while you're fucking working.
And
You
I
can
was gonna
do all
I was
three.
gonna go there though. You live in America, right? I'm someone who streams in
Yes.
Korea. If I wanted to get a code from these people, what requirements would they want from me, for example? Or do they actually do codes? Because you see on my page, I've on my Twitter, I've actually had G Fuel, and over here I have another smaller company. But like, if a streamer wanted to get into affiliate code with them, how would they do it? Like, what are the requirements?
Um, well, hopefully soon that's going to be my job. So I do work with F3 Energy now. So part of that was F3 offered me a salary. Um, so I picked up, I quit driving a truck. I moved roughly 1,500 miles to Phoenix, Arizona, where I now work with F3 Energy in the streamer department. I am in the gaming department. I will be uh, I'll be helping them with partnerships of streamers, creating the content, events, games. Boy, do we have some cool things coming down the pipeline. We have some ghost hunting stuff. We we have a whole list of Ice Poseidon like events that we are doing on ourselves, as well as partnering with Ice on the Hunger Games. You're going to see F3 all over the fucking place there. You're going to see Rampage Jackson and Harrison as hunters. You're going to see me playing in it as a hunted. Um, as a
Dang! So
contestant
that
battling to
just
survive.
no, but then you just confirming that Action Man's not gonna do the Hunger Games. Because if Harrison is there, there's no way in hell Action Man is coming. No way. No way.
Probably not, but I issued the challenge nonetheless. He talked all the shit to me. If he's going to talk shit, he should have the balls to back it up. At least in the Hunger Games, right? That's
Yeah.
that's the point of it. Come say it to my face, pussy.
Okay,
Come say
pause.
it to my face.
Pause. Let's talk about this last thing, guys. The Hunger Games itself. So, can you tell the chat what you think the Hunger Games is going to be?
Oh, dude. All right. So I don't want to reveal too much because me and my team have been doing extensive
I
fucking
mean, listen,
research.
listen. I
Uh,
had D10 on here, and D10 was doing the same damn thing. Dudes, you guys can speak in teasers, you can build hype. This is like a movie.
okay. Okay. Listen. Okay. I know D10's on my team. Okay. That's why. So, so right now my team consists of D10, Ton, Tazo, and Lord Hito. So that's the five people on my team. It's a pretty wicked team, if I do say so myself. You literally got like the top one and top dude. I'll protect Tazo. Don't you worry. We're gonna kick some ass. Um. So what I think the Hunger Games, what I know about it, what is ICE did release a map, so we do have a map. I have the map of the whole battleground, what's on it, all the points. Um, I know that he's got miniguns, paintballs, wiffle ball bats, slingshots. We will have to fight over food and water. The event is supposed to last 7 to 8 days. You are supposed to survive out there. Um, uh, I do know that the bounty hunters are going to attack us periodically throughout the entire thing. Um, and only one person can win $100,000. And I think there's really unique ways that a person as a solo or a team can play this. I know who a lot of the teams are. I know Gunnar Gooch has a massive team. He's gonna have little G mommy in there. That'll be a big prime target for a lot of people. Uh, chase that little son of a bitch through field. Hey, little guy. All right. Um, you have Nick White and Natalie Reynolds. She's got a team going on. We got me and Ton and D-Tan and everyone. We got our own team. You have a lot of solos coming in trying to form up together. And you got Anthony and his group. It's going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely insane. I asked Ice if I could bring some boxing gloves, and he said I can't punch people. He doesn't want their chances to explode. So, no punching. But I will be able to manhandle. I'll be able to throw, bend, break, drag through the mud. Um, you're actually going to see the real gorilla out there just manhandling people like Harambe. Uh,
Well, what if
it's
you
going to be
throw
a great
someone?
time.
What if you throw someone and like he breaks his neck?
I hope glad he signed the waiver. I guess. Uh, I'm not going to throw him that hard that it's going to break his neck, but I
I
mean,
mean,
I'll
accidents
I'll throw
happen. Even
people
in
5 foot.
wrestling, that's fake. People break bones.
I I mean, yeah. I mean, you get my neck snapped fighting in a cage too, and it's just part of the sport, right? It's the game. You're taking on the risk. I mean, if you're walking into this thinking that I'm not going to fucking throw you, uh, I will launch your ass like a catapult.
So it's you
I
and
mean,
Natalie Reynolds in the final. You are the final two. You launching her?
oh, she's getting roundhouse kicked. She's getting roundhouse kicked. Uh,
Yo, yo, that's wild, dude. That's
the, the,
wild.
the, the, No, there's no way in hell that happens. But if Natalie's at the end, I will probably just I'll probably just launch her into the lake. Yeah, I'll just And every time she swims ashore, I'll throw her back into the lake, and eventually she'll get tired and forfeit. So because I
Like,
can throw her much longer than she can swim back.
here's another question I have for you. He said you can't punch anyone, right? But can you throw things at people?
Yeah.
Like if I throw something at you and hits your chest, it should decrease your life score, right? Because you're still getting hit.
Yeah. Yeah, but it takes a lot of pressure. And so I would be extremely cautious when it comes to throwing or even the shooting thing. So we will all be wearing helmets. The only thing is that when you throw something, people don't have good aim. So if you're going to throw a rock, there's a good chance that you can hit someone in the face or behind, on the neck or something, and actually create one hell of a mark or a whelp or not. So I don't think people will be throwing anything. But I do see pain being an issue in this game, being the fact that I'm old enough that I can control my anger. These young bucks who get shot and get pissed are going to start swinging on people. That's what I'm more concerned about. So if I shoot someone for a paintball gun and someone swings on me, you're probably going to see uh, one of the best KOs of fucking kick history. So it'll definitely go on drama alert real quick. But that's the one thing I'm concerned about is how well people will be able to keep their pain anger under check.
I think, like Ukraine God, I don't think this event's gonna go that long. How about you?
So I think personally, from my experience of just being a wilderness guy in Indiana, I think a lot of people will give up about 3 days in because they won't be able to handle the heat or the wilderness, and I think a lot of people are going to self drop out. Um, it's going to take so much willpower and understanding on how to be a survival guy to be out there any longer than 3 days. The girls, I'm sorry, most women are not nature savvy to be able to live in the woods for 3 days, um,
Yeah, I
let
think the
alone
no
7 or 8.
food, the no food and no water, like he doesn't pass out water, right? At all, anywhere. No, he may give it as a
Yes,
reward or
so we're
something like this. Yeah.
no, we'll have life straws that we will be able to go drink from the lakes. Um, from what I heard. But number one, you have to go to the lake, and number two, that water's going to be hotter and shit. And uh, late July in Texas, and it's going to be 100 fucking degrees, if not higher. 100 here in Phoenix. It's been 115 for like the last 2 weeks. So I've been getting prepped. Like I've been standing out in the sun all day and walking and running and
So have you
lifting
been drinking lake
and
water?
uh I've been no, I haven't drink lake water. I drink river water though, so
Okay.
much more poisonous and toxic. It's the reason why I'm immune to COVID is because I've drink Indiana river water, and I'm not scared of anything, dude. I ate a fucking 3-inch Madagascar hissing
Bless you.
cockroach in hot sauce. You don't think I ain't gonna drink some fucking hot water when I'm thirsty? Come on. Like that ain't shit.
For me,
Plus there'll be
for
care
me,
packages that'll have cold drinks. So,
you gotta win those, right?
oh, really? Where's the last place you want to be is between my fat ass and food. That's let's
Now,
be honest.
now D10 told me, I'm just gonna check. I'm just checking, okay? So D10 told me that he cares most about that somebody inside of CX wins, to the extent that if he ran into the circle and he saw other CX people, he wouldn't even shoot at them. He'd aim at the other people first. Do you share the same mindset?
it will be a CX person that wins. I kind of do share the same mindset. I think I'm saying that because of what happened to Tazo on the last game. Just some fucking random dudes coming in jacking that shit from all the people that have been playing the game all week. Um, it's not going to happen this time. Uh, Listen, we for me, who's this would be my third CX game. I've made some really good friends with a lot of people. Every single person at CX, I absolutely enjoy talking to and having fun with. And so when I say when it comes down time to it, it's like the quarter quill inside the Hunger Games, where all the victors already know each other, and the new guys, which is Katniss and Peter, they're kind of fucked. It's that kind of situation where we've all played the games, and the new people have no idea how the game is played. It's a huge disadvantage for them. I will be able to negotiate with other CX members because I know how the game's played, whereas the guys who don't won't. So um, they have some learning to do, and if they're going to survive, they're going to have to learn really quick on how to play the game, or they're going to get knocked out really quick. So
I think the most difficult thing would be the clips where you could get cancelled. I think that's in somebody, like some people's minds, that is there. For me personally, I just hope like we get some big stories, because big stories is what flies on Twitter. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Like today, I put out a tweet on Convi, right? So Convi was watching, I want to say, one of the most racist videos I've ever seen in my whole life. And I had to mute it a total times of 17 times, and I had to crop it. That's how crazy that video is. Okay.
so so
And with,
he got banned
yeah,
last night. By the way, he did not know that. Uh, and if you would like, I can send you the pictures on why he got banned because
I
everyone else
I think
is
he had a
is
phone call,
not.
right? He had a phone call with a number that was leaked.
No, no. So what had happened is my understanding is he went to someone's stream,
Mhm.
uh and I got the pictures here name, and she was hate rated by Conv, and it was a big problem because all of Convi's people were in there, I guess, fucking talking mad shit and being the Aiden Ross, Twitter group inside our chat, and they harassed her for hours actually, and I'm pretty sure that's what got him the boot there
So it's
was
like
the
what we
the
talked
hate
about
raid and
earlier.
also doxing her.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is it's like what we talked about earlier. So like that's another case, right, where one streamer got banned and the other didn't. So yeah, like that's what Girth
Yep.
is giving you is actual. He's showing you that there's different treatment there between the two.
Yeah. Convi restreamed. I believe she was on Monkey App actually, and they had met on Monkey App,
Mm.
and there she ended up getting hate rated by Convi and somehow doxed, and yeah, no, I believe that was the reason for his removal, his banned. So at
Yeah,
least that's what was going on in his Discord, and everyone keeps saying it's because he said the F slur.
mm.
I don't believe that to be the case.
No,
So
I do think it was doxing, because I think at one
yeah,
point when I checked her stream, she was she put "Be Right Back" sign, guys, and she was trying to message Kick staff. This is insane what I'm about to say. She was trying to message Kick staff to tell them to unban him, which I don't get, because her whole chat was blaming her for his ban. So you go check her VOD, you'll see what I'm talking about.
yeah,
You guys
yeah.
can easily
So
find it.
yeah. No, that's some of the pictures I got here is statements of them trying to blame her for getting him banned, and I also got a picture of of a small elite group of people who like to group up and fuck with people, them talking about what they were trying to do.
See, that's
I
one
track a
thing
lot of
Kick.
this shit.
That's what one thing Kick has to work on because I'm in different circles, right? And within that scene, there's people who dox and harass people. But even on the Australian scene, there's a group there also that does it, doxing and harassing. And these guys just keep making new accounts every single day, and just keep on going, keep on going. So it's like I feel like Kick needs to like gang up on these accounts, maybe IP ban. Or, I don't know. They
The,
could be using VPN
the
still.
thing the thing about Kick is Kick has enough and not enough people to read into that. You gotta understand the knowledge I have is from being on Kick since the very start, right? And developing relationships with people's communities. And instead of just, popping into a stream and being like, I'm here for clout, I actually get involved in people's communities, in their discords, and talking, understanding who their groups are. This is groundwork that I've been doing, like laying the foundation of understanding each individual person. And It's something that fucking Kick doesn't have time to do or invest in. Like they're not going to know who these groups are. They're
Yeah,
not
they
going to
can't.
know.
They can't.
Yeah, they're not going to know how the communities are acting. They're not going to know the internal drama of the streamers and stuff like that. I'm a bit different because I've just laid the groundwork to be involved in everything. And so when something goes on, I get a ping pretty quick of this is going on. I mean, almost instantly I got a message, like not even 10 seconds after Convi was banned, they said, what Convi's banned? I was like, dude, what for? And he's like, I don't know. And so I just went into the Discord and looked around a little bit, and boom, there it was. I was like, oh, there you go, right? Um, a lot of times you get the answer straight from the source. You know what I'm saying? So no one ever looks for it. No one ever tries, and it gets a little out of control sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I do
I
see
will
that a
say,
lot within Kick, like misinformation. It does come through.
I,
So
w-
I do
I
like
will
that you
say
do
when
that.
I met the Kit guys, when I met the Kit guys at DreamHack in Dallas, uh, they did say if I wanted a job, all I would have to do is move to Melbourne. So maybe maybe super far in the future, I'm happy with F3. I'm not going anywhere, but who knows?
I think I asked you this question one time in actual chat, whether you'd work for Kick. I remember I asked you this question.
Um, I would. It's just gonna line up. Like I just took this job with F3. I can change so much with F3. I can help streamers out. I'm literally living this different life that I never knew I could live. That's just not working behind a truck. Um, and I wanna have some fun and do some fun things in life. And you know what? We'll see where this platform goes, because maybe in another 10 or 15 years or something, and let's say Kick is fucking super huge and they're doing TV stuff, and I'm still around, and I'm like, hey, do you need a president who knows all the fucking things about Kick? I'll work right under Eddie, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'll help run this bitch in the future maybe, but it's either that or I'm going to run for president.